My name is Fernando, Behavior Programs Manager at Pikes Peak Humane Society. Last time we talked a little bit about clicker training, teaching things like find it and target. Today we're working again with Lumpy. Now Lumpy is a perfect candidate for what we call mat work or relaxation protocol because of his high energy, and he can be a little bit difficult to handle sometimes. He gets focused and gets very excited and will play tug and jump on people, and he's not exactly a small dog. So mat work starts off with a very simple process of reinforcing for contact on the mat. Now you can help him along. And the base idea is we want to reinforce heavily for sitting on the mat, laying on the mat, showing relaxing postures on the mat. This can also be helpful if you're teaching your dog other things such as stationing, going to a particular place. Maybe you want to feed him and you want him to stay in a particular location because he jumps on you when you offer the food. So it gives you an opportunity to teach another behavior that he can associate with that mat. So we're going to give him a second here, see if he figures it out. There we go. So now I want to help him along, but I also want him to think. Thinking is huge. Getting him to engage his environment and try to start processing things is a really big idea. That's how he's going to burn extra energy, first of all. That's how he's going to learn to process. Thinking for a dog, trying to figure their way through a process here as he's offering different behaviors and finding what is successful, what is not successful, is how he's going to actually learn to process and release that extra energy. Thinking is exhausting for these guys. What do you think, buddy? Can I help you out a little? There we go. You're running out of turkey. Now we're starting to see a little bit of excitement here as I fumble with this bag. All right, doing good. So again, want to take them off the mat, start to associate the treats with the mat, the contact with the mat. Let him explore his environment. We want him to figure this out on his own as much as we can. By thinking, by engaging his environment, he's going to learn this process more strongly. And eventually, we want to start seeing him showing the calm behaviors on the mat. So everything happens with the mat. When you're not using the mat, it should be put away. This way, it's not something that he just passes by all day, every day. It's something special that he engages with under specific situations. As he starts to really make that connection of the mat is where everything happens, that's when you start to be a little bit more critical in what you're asking of him, giving him an opportunity to perhaps lay down on the mat before you reinforce, or sit on the mat, really fully getting on there. For each dog is going to take different amount of time depending on the individual and their experiences, but as they learn to associate with that mat, the behavior becomes stronger and stronger, and they make a connection eventually of the relaxation and that mat are connected. The nice thing about this process is, regardless of how quickly or how slowly he learns, he's learning. It's that act of learning, the process, that's really important here. So you're actually getting a lot more control. Moments before we got on camera, Lumpy was jumping all over me. And now he's already settling down some. He's showing less energetic behaviors because he's engaging his environment and trying to understand what he needs to do to get what he wants. This is probably the only place in time where if you learn, doesn't really matter. It's the process that counts.